Hello, everyone, and welcome to Proficiency Bonus. My name is Dan, aka Vol Pirate, and welcome to another episode of Alien RPG Evolved Edition. This is Building Better Worlds, Frontier Fortune, episode 12. So, last week, our crew explored Ackbar Station. Sam had some good food, played some slots with Ellis, wrote a letter, and went back for more food. Stanley got provisions for the ship, had a small chat with Kyrian, bought some things for himself, and then ended up getting some food. Isaac also made some purchases, had to go find a suit in storage, met up with a doc who showed him where storage was. He found a very arbitrary scrap piece of paper, and then he did exactly what the doc said not to do with the crazy man, which was turn off the lights, and he did, and now he is babysitting. As a quick note, we are down another player today, but don't worry, we have someone new joining, and I look forward to introducing them soon. And as always, with that, anything anyone wants to bring up before we start?
I did take on the little cattle job.
Oh, okay.
The
So we have the cattle job, I think it was like 40,000 credits, or 48,000 or
Yeah,
something.
something like that. Yeah,
I'll have to go back through that one and pull that one up. Um,
yeah. It was like deliver to colony thing, cat like livestock in stasis or whatever.
yeah. Um, all right. And then, so if nothing else, experience, is there anything that anyone wants to spend with their experience points?
Don't know if I have enough for. I don't have enough for what I wanted to do yet.
Okay. Anything with you, Liam?
Uh, I think I'm good for now.
Okay. And I gave Michael some points, and so he went ahead and I believe spent them already on building out his
Yeah.
character, correct?
Yes.
All right. Then let's hop into this. We're going to hop back to Ackbar Station. You guys are all over. So last we left off, um, Isaac, we kind of went around with everybody. Stanley was getting food. Sam was going back and getting more food. Um, we're gonna go back to Isaac. Isaac, you just turned off the lights. The guy screamed, got underneath the blankets. Uh, what are you doing after you panicked?
Well, Isaac was certainly spooked for a second, not expecting to see such a traumatic response. Since turned on the lights, he's sort of waiting a while for this guy to calm down. But in the meantime, I'd say he's more so just like reading over the information that was recovered from the encounter, with a little of that being, the name of the shuttle that came in, this guy's condition, previous reports of this guy's frantic and often cryptic dialogue. He's sort of putting together a few theories, and then after that, he's checking in and seeing how the patient is doing.
Yeah. As you go in, you notice a spot of blood on the floor. The patient appeared to have cut himself. Um,
How with what?
oh, just the bed frame when he jumped off. Just natural when you're flinging things around. Probably cut himself somewhere. But I do know that you were trying to get a blood sample.
Yeah,
So,
he's gonna grab a pipette, those little things, and
mhm.
he's gonna draw up some blood, not trying to disturb this guy by getting too close. And then he's gonna bring it over to one of the machines in Medical Bay and use it to sort of get I guess, just a general readout. They
Yeah,
probably don't have like his, you know, whatever info they have on this guy will probably take like days, if not weeks, to get back from the core systems, even if they have anything on it.
right.
So I guess he's gonna sort of run it through and see if anything interesting pops up.
Yeah, so I would say, in that time, you're gonna wait a couple hours, waiting for this guy to calm down, and he kind of just goes like catatonic almost, and is just like laying there on the floor and just not moving, just breathing, um, like not recognizing anything, not doing anything, and that's all basically all he's doing there. And then yeah, you would be able to take it, enter it in the system, send it off like you wanted to check the database to see if there's any matches, anything in the system, whatever you wanted to do, absolutely would be able to. I would say your initial scans are going to come back as nothing immediately. It's just going to be like one of those things where it's like scanning, sent, and then, if you do your analysis, right, I'm assuming you're going to scan the blood for, you said doing some other scans. Like,
Yeah, get a sense of like, if this guy is sick, if this guy is
yeah,
experiencing any radiation damage, if there's any like pathogens in his blood, stuff like that.
yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me a Comtech roll just for fun.
Right. I have my +2 because of my intense focus talent. So that's a success.
Yeah. You come back and it is a clean bill of health. Nothing outstanding, nothing different, nothing like everything's completely normal.
Okay.
And then I would say, obviously, it's been a couple hours, and the doctor would come back in and make jokes at you. And so he'd be like, "So, how was the rest of your afternoon/evening?"
Well, eventful. More so in, well, it was eventful, and the rest has just been monitoring his condition. I managed to gather a blood sample, and nothing appears to be wrong with him physically. So it stands that it might just be psychological in nature, or something's wrong with his brain. But I'd rather cross out any other variables before taking any other more invasive samples. But that's really not my job in this station. This is more of a curiosity for me.
And he kind of like looks over. He's like, "You got a blood sample, nice. Running through the system yet?"
Well, it's going to take a few days for the. Frankly, I'm not even sure who to contact. There's no. I'm not sure what corporation he worked for or which government. And depending on whether or not the info is classified, part of a contract, I don't believe the Colonial Administration keeps everyone's blood samples there, so I've merely reached out to a few contacts within the Tartarus system, so I should hear back within a few days or so, but likely will already be off station. This will be more so for your eyes to see once they receive it.
Yeah, so I would say out of game, probably in these places because the worlds are so big, it'd be like a missing persons report. So it would say, "Hey, we have this person here," and then that information would just kind of get relayed as you pick it up. It kind of sends it back out. It'd kind of be
Yeah,
like a
it's
communal.
bounced off to a bunch of satellites.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely, it would just be constantly fracked out and everything else. So um, yeah, and so doctor just come back and just, all right. And he goes, looks like he calmed down. He goes, how'd you get the blood sample?
Well, it appears in his thrashing he must have cut himself somehow, but it appears to have only been a small scratch. Enough of what I needed, but I was waiting until he calmed himself down before I was to apply bandages if he needed it, or at least a simple disinfectant. But seeing as you're here, I'll leave those matters to you.
And he looks over and he just goes, Oh, he's in the frozen phase. Yeah, now is when you want to do it because he basically won't respond to anything. And he's like, what? And like he walks straight over, grabs the bandage, and like goes in the room without hesitation, and like starts examining him, and like finds like a little cut on his shoulder, and then he just starts bandaging him up real quick. And like immediately, as soon as he's done, he kind of like gets him reset, kind of gets the bed worked back together and stuff like that, cleans up a little bit, and gets out.
You mentioned that you are corpsman in the Colonial Marines. Surely you've seen something similar among some of your squad mates relating to traumas and post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's usually related to shootings, death, trigger words, whatever. Not the dark and not the boogeyman.
Surely you've never been ambushed by commandos in the middle of the night. I believe a fear of the dark would naturally stem from such an event.
Yeah, but the way he talks about it, I don't know. I can't imagine this person like if he was Colonial Marine, we probably would have found out something from him by now.
Well, I'm not
Um,
saying he's Marine, I'm just saying these symptoms are not uncommon amongst people who undergo great amount of stress.
for sure.
Do you happen to have a tape recorder? I'd wish to conduct a small interview, at least just to see if we can't ascertain any more information. How long did you say it takes for him to remain near catatonic like this?
It could be anywhere from a couple hours to a couple days, just a matter of what.
In that case, I need to contact the corporate liaison aboard my ship. I'll need to let him know that I'll be spending most of my time in the medical center here. And then I'll quickly send an email through the station's intranet. Oh, no, how would the comm beats work on a station this size?
Um, I would say you would probably get interference a little bit. You'd like just from if you're on different sections, like you're on a lower section, they're on a higher section. So unless you have a clear path, I would say there probably could be interference, but there's plenty of comm links around there that you could easily get in touch with them one way or another. You could send a message to the ship.
Well, surely these stations, you know those safe stations in alien isolation, the ones that are the phone booths?
Yeah,
I imagine you
absolutely.
just use one of those
Yeah.
wall-mounted phones and just call them that way. 80s tech and all,
Yep.
or
But
80s.
just so you know, you can't save the game.
Yeah,
So
I
whatever
know.
happens, you can't retcon.
Hey,
You can't
we only
save,
live
enemies
once.
are nearby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna go to like I assume there's one of these phones in the medical center on the wall, and he's gonna punch in the communications on the station and see if he can't get the operator to patch him through to I'd say wherever Stanley might be at this moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd probably be just trying to contact the ship itself, uh, as far as like a default type of thing goes.
Well, I'm not. I think I was contact uh the berth the ship is docked to, since there wouldn't be a phone connection to the ship itself.
Yeah,
So
that's what I meant.
yeah, they might just get a runner, one of the techs from the station, to like find Stanley and basically relay them the message. That's how I imagine it would go.
Will the owner of the Astral Runner, Stanley, please report to the phone? It's like,
Yeah, pretty much like that. So he's gonna put in the call and try and get Stanley on the horn, the
uh,
space horn.
Doom,
You.
doom,
yeah,
doom,
I'll leave it
doom.
to you. Would you be readily available, or would you still be far out where you probably wouldn't be found?
I mean, I at this point would have been probably loading stuff onto the ship
Okay. Then yeah, go ahead.
or supervising things being loaded onto the ship.
Yeah, so the call comes in and you guys get connected. Anything in particular that you guys want to relay back and forth?
Mainly where Isaac is,
Okay.
what he's been working on, uh, and just generally inquiring as to how long we'll be on this station before we leave for our next destination. Just so he can, budget his time and see whether or not this is a avenue worth pursuing. Because he also has that paper with the marking. Let's see here. Uh, I don't remember where I put that information. NEP specimen 347.
Yep.
He also wants. He's gonna tell Stanley this and ask him if he can find any information on the station related to this text, and he's gonna tell him he found it somewhere. Uh, he's gonna say he found it somewhere, not specifying where it was, so he won't get if anybody's listening, but just like to look it up on the mainframe, see what he can find out.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me get. I'll put you right here for now. Okay. Yeah, so I guess Stanley, he relays that information to you. The NEP number.
Specimen 347.
Yeah. So yeah, reply to basically tell him that we getting all of the provisions and supplies loaded up. Was planning on getting everybody collected here within the next like 6 hours or so. Um just to kind of give everybody time to wrap up whatever they were doing. Unbeknownst to him, what is like, happened to, the other crew members and everything like that as far as their situations went.
Yep.
He assumes that everything is fine and everybody is going to come back and be ready to continue on our journey. Not this basically like HR nightmare that has fallen into his lap that he is unaware of.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say to fast forward, I would say it gets to the point of evening, um, for what evening is in space. And that is when you guys kind of get back to the ship, uh, whether or not Isaac gets on board or not, since he already relayed where he was going to be. Um, I
I'd
would
say he
say,
would, just to get out of the medical bay for a while.
okay. So I would say you all are on the ship then. And by you all, I mean it's going to be Stanley, Ellis, the CEO. It's going to be everybody but um, Franz.
Friends.
Franz is the only one who's not going to be there. Um, William is going to be there, and William's going to brief that he is departing and that he is accepting a role as being a marshal on the station. And then Rowan would come up and deliver a letter to you all, and it states it's written from Franz, and it's him stating that uh, he had an opportunity come up. He's leaving. Uh, Best of luck. Like, it is simple. There is no information, and that is basically all he says. And it's him in a recording, and he's just like, "Hey, thank you for everything. I'll be departing. Best of luck on your endeavors. It's been fun." And then just kind of like hangs up.
That was Franz, you said?
Bronze.
So now we're essentially stranded.
Yeah, it's all like, we don't have a pilot anymore. Um,
What offer could have come? I guess this voice. I assume this voice is contract.
yes, this is complete breach of contract. All forfeiture of shares, any and all uh stakes on the endeavor are automatically forfeit.
Yeah, and then I would say Kieran comes over and is like not concerned, because doesn't have a concerned face. But then I would say Ellis is right there. He's like, "Well, what do we do? We 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 lost these people, and like, what's the next step?"
The first step is to ensure that You always have redundant personnel on long-term missions like these, but in the practical sense, you'll likely have to list out a job posting, long-term contract, and see if we can't find any transients on this station or people looking for work who wants to engage in a long-term employment.
And it's like, okay. Yeah, so we just post an ad and do we just print off a paper and put it outside the ship or um like
There's bound to be various job boards in the meeting areas aboard the ship. I'm sure you can also ask if there's advertising space in the Galleria for in terms of employment.
yeah, that makes sense. Um and at that same time, uh whatchamacallit, two more NPCs are going to drop off as well. Riley and Morgan come up and they go, well, we got some more bad news then. We will be staying here as we can no longer proceed forward. And Riley proceeds to reach down and rub her stomach and goes, you may or may not have known, but we're married and I'm pregnant. And so we are going to have to find work here in the station or something else because having a child and being on a spaceship is not going to be conducive.
That's one of those questions that's all like, when the fuck did this happen?
Locked
I've
in
seen
the
protein.
elevator. If you
I've
remember
seen.
all the way back then and the
Are
way
you
they
fucking
interact.
It has not been
That's
3 months. Ugh, Isaac would have found this out in a medical scan. All right. Well, Isaac just rubs his head.
Life
I've
always
that
seen
would
finds a way.
I've seen protein
I know,
chains
right?
disassemble faster than this entire crew has. Or
And
slower,
Ellis
rather.
Ellis and his happy self is like, we'll put a posting out for a mechanic or someone as well. Like we'll get another engineer, mechanic, whatever. So we'll just, I guess that's our next step is to go ahead and kind of post these positions and see what happens. I mean, the station's really fun.
It's a backwater, Captain.
So like, are they sure that it's human? Do the scan.
To the skin.
In the meantime, can you see if there's any geologists aboard? I highly doubt it, but it would be a good idea to make sure that we have redundant science personnel, or at least those who are more specialized in other fields of science. There's only so many rocks I can look at without getting a migraine. That's not my area of specialties.
It's like, yeah, we
Yeah.
can
Well,
post whatever.
there is a job board. It's where I picked up the cargo from that was supposed to just be on the way to our next destination, but that is going to be, you know, redundant at this point unless we are able to get ourselves a new pilot. So I will put something up and out there to see if we can at least get ourselves a pilot. Where's the captain?
And Sam is at the inn sleeping, completely happy. He might have had a couple drinks just to relax and unwind. You know, Sam just having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else before we go to essentially bed? Obviously, you're going to post these things, um, but just trying to pass through anything else before this day ends.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
that's all I'm gonna be doing is just kind of posting the thing up and just kind of cursing under my breath the whole way there and back, looking like a crazy person.
Yeah. Liam, you were saying something?
Isaac's gonna throw his stuff in the washer and just take a long shower. He
All right.
does not like being in stations like this.
Yeah. So with that, I would say, the next day, you have an application for a mechanic from somebody for that kind of role.
Unfortunately.
And so nothing else for the pilot yet, or the other roles. But you do have, let me pull it up again. Matilda Schaefer has applied for that role. So it would be morning. And do we want to kind of speed up to the interview process?
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations, you're hired.
Yeah. So basically,
Don't have time for a background check. Get on here.
Yeah. So you get the interview. You get it set up for 11 o'clock in the morning. And basically you're waiting outside the ship. And Matilda shows up. Actually, let's make it earlier. Let's say it's 9 o'clock in the morning. That way you guys have a full day to do whatever you need to. Yeah, so it's 9 o'clock. You guys show up, and Matilda's outside waiting for the interview. And I imagine, Stanley, you would be the point person.
Yeah. Sorry, that's me actually yawning. That's not a character.
I was like, man, you're going full in.
So yeah, I see Matilda look at the application, see if the pictures match, and is like, all right, well, let's do this.
And
any priors?
Go ahead.
Tilly she just sticks out her hand. You can see that there's still grease in the fingernails. And it goes to shake your hand. Is that you? Just call me Tilly.
All right, Tilly. Any priors? Anything that I need to actually check in on?
Can we do a opposed strength roll or something here to the handshake?
Also, say, did Stanley even handshake?
Nope.
I was gonna say.
Didn't even look up.
Oh. All right, Tie Guy. Yeah. Any other questions?
It's like, yes, I don't have the time or resources right now to do a background check, so I am asking. We are going on the honor system at the moment.
Yeah. Any prior whats? Yeah, lots of prior history, fixing stuff.
Have you been arrested for anything?
Arrested? No.
Any past instances of intercorporate communications?
Intercorporate communications? I fix ships, buddy.
Corporate speak, corporate speak, corporate speak, corporate speak, corporate speak. The company owns you, your soul, and everything that you happen to make will become proprietary, blah, 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 blah. Please sign here, put a blood dot in a thumbprint there, and then you're hired.
All right. When's the first paycheck?
In time.
Yeah, figures.
And of course, now you get to meet the face of the company, the CEO himself, Ellis Freese. And he just comes up and is so excited to meet you, Matilda. he comes straight up to you, like
What does he look
almost
like
running.
for Matilda?
Matilda, I was gonna say, go ahead if you want to
No,
describe her
like
looks.
what does Ellis look like? I'm saying.
Oh, Ellis.
He might not like. I don't think Tilda or Michael knows what he looks like. No, this is a fun general description.
Yeah. Oh no, I was doing that out of character.
Oh, I
Um,
see.
and so you see this person come running off the ship down the dock. Or would you guys be on the ship or still like in front of the ship on the dock area of it?
I likely actually like had gone to sleep in a more comfortable bed last night, so I would have been coming out back from the station.
Okay, so you would have met him just outside the ship.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So coming running down out of the ship is this fiery looking person who looks very young but has the biggest smile on his face. Um, and here I'll pull this token here on the map for you. Um, and he's this young guy and he comes running up and he's like, "Oh, is this the person we're interviewing?"
Oh, you must be in marketing.
"Oh, no, 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 no. I'm the owner. But don't
Oh,
mind me. Pretend like I'm not here."
okay, boss.
And he's like, "So what do you do?"
You you need something fixed? I'll fix it for you. Specialize in EVA repairs, spaceships.
"Well, that's awesome. We could use someone like that. We should hire him." And he like turns to Stanley. He's like, "We should hire him."
I just kind of look at LS and is all like, well, we just concluded the interview.
"Awesome. I'm so excited," and reaches out to grab your hand, um, and is just wants to just be all up in your face.
And Tilly just has a crushing grip.
And he's just sitting there. He has like the twofold hand. He's like, "Oh, oh, you have a strong grip there." And he's like just like getting lower and lower and just kind of turning, when that someone's in pain, but they just trying not really to show it, but they're showing it. And then I would say Kirian, who is the assistant to the CEO, comes over and just kind of like puts her arm on your shoulder and kind of squeezes, and it's like, "Thank you," and trying to like give you a hint to release.
Yep.
And then she kind of turns and goes, "Look forward to working with you." And she kind of grabs Ellis and takes him back onto the ship. And I'm trying to think. Let's go back to Ackbar. Oops, I did the wrong one. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. Ackbar Station. So let's. Oh, all the tokens are.
Yeah, first paycheck is 2 weeks after your first 2 weeks.
Yeah. And then Sam is going to be there. William's going to be there. Okay. So it's the morning. You all are hired here. Gadget's also on the ship. Those two are gone. I'm trying to make sure all the players are where they need to be. Okay. So Isaac, it's first thing in the morning. They just did the interview. Where are you going to be? Are you going to be back at the medical area?
I'd say that seeing as the interview is successful and he's on the ship, he's just gonna take some samples and run some scans to determine whether or not this new hiree is in good health, and ask some general questions about standard stuff, allergies, any illnesses or things that need to be noticed or taken care of in regards to like medication, stuff like that. And it'd be a good chance for dialogue out of character or in character.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll let you guys go because I want to see how you guys interact.
Yeah. So I guess at this point we'd be in the ship's medical bay, and you know that MRI sort of scanner that Kane was put in Alien, where the beam of blue light sort of goes from head to toe.
Yep.
I imagine. Sorry, what was Tilly? That was your character's name, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tilly would have just come out of it, and yeah, he would just look it over.
I
See
would say,
here.
how how willing is Tilly to work and get scanned and do the blood samples, I would say. I would say, Michael,
Look,
would Tilly be willing to do that, or would you be trying to fight it?
I don't think Tilly would fight it. I think it'd be like, do I have to take all the metal off?
No, it's not. It's not a. There's no. It's not an MRI. I haven't used those for ages. I will have to ask a couple of questions though, just so I can ascertain your physical health and like to keep track of things. And Isaac, he looks like your standard scientist. He was wearing a jumpsuit, a lab coat. He is wearing, of course, this like big filter mask around his face. His hair is kind of slightly long and yeah, tucked in, and
Yeah.
he's wearing glasses on top. He's writing this on a clipboard.
Are you? Do you have the mask? Are you currently wearing it?
Oh yeah, he wears it almost all the time.
Okay. So I think Tilly just takes out a wrench, like just a small, or maybe a little screwdriver from the front pocket, and just taps. Uh, what's this for? Lab coat?
My mask. It is a precaution. So, first off, what is your full name?
Matilda Schaefer.
And where are you from?
Uh, from out here in Frontier.
Any specific colony?
Oh, being here, there. What do you need to know all this for?
Because I need to know if your colony has undergone any quarantines in the past few decades.
Oh, I haven't been uh, down the well in a long time. I've been mostly on and off this station, um, doing repairs. That's my trade. So,
So you're not going to tell me where you're from.
well, if you're asking about the like for health safety reasons, that's my recent history.
All right. Mostly on stations.
Yeah.
So the were you did you grow up on a station or did you grow up on a frontier colony? And if
Oh,
so,
we're a frontier colony.
corporate or government?
Oh, it's all the same.
It really isn't once you look at the policies. I find governments are more so wanting to keep their civilians alive than worrying about a bottom dollar.
Okay. Do you want to just do the scan and let's get this over with?
I've
Okay,
already done
lab
the scan.
coat. Oh, you're done? Okay.
I just need to know any more questions. Now, do you have any allergies to any certain types of medication?
Yeah, bullshit.
Oh, I'll make sure we don't have any of that in stock.
Certainly, we do.
Any previous injuries, surgeries I need to be aware of? Hip
Billy like
replacements?
rolls up their sleeves, and you can see all sorts of nicks and scars from working with heavy machinery. It's like seen enough. You know, couple injuries here and there. I can't remember. I'm sure there's a file that you could get if you need me to sign something, waiver, something.
If you could send me your file, then that would take a lot of the guesswork out. But you've already been hired by our, I dare say, leader, more so backer, financier. I have to warn you, though, this ship is a mess. Not the ship itself, but more so the crew and corporation behind it. Never have I worked with a more, well, I'd say the discoveries we've located thus far have worked to balance out my misgivings. However, some of the personnel are tolerable, to say the least.
Yep.
Well, I don't need anything else from you. I'll have a look at your file and compare your recent history with the scans I've just taken. Nothing else I can really say. More so than welcome aboard, I guess.
Well, paycheck's a paycheck. And Tilly takes out the screwdriver again and taps the mask.
He's
Stay
gonna.
safe.
Oh, he is. He always steps away whenever you try to do that. He's like always maintaining at least like 6 feet of distance. I will.
All right.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. So with that, I guess we will speed up. So just for you, Michael,
Mhm.
how long would you say you have been on the station?
Probably like on and off, right? Doing like picking up jobs, doing repairs either here or going in and out probably for a couple of years.
Okay. So you would
Yeah.
know the layout of the ship or the station. Sorry. Over here in the bottom left is going to be the top of the station, and as you make your way to the top right, that is going to be the lower part of the station. So it's kind of like a spiral, and so it's broken out with these elevators. In between is how you kind of move through each section.
Yep.
So obviously we have the power, we have the hydrophonics, kind of the docking area, some rooms, the marshal's office, the corporate zone. This is where Dr. Helena Ackbar is. You would know of her. You might have seen her once. She owns the station. She keeps to herself. People rarely see her. Rowan is the sidekick, does all of her work. He's the one that you interact with. You see all the time. Um, and then we have Veranda's Restaurant, we have Alba's Inn, we have the high end apartments, the casino, the dance lounge club. Um, this was an old military outpost at one point. It decommissioned pretty quickly. The Turian Labs was a lab owned by the Turian Corporation. They helped sponsor and fund a lot of this station being built, as long as they were able to have a lab there. It was pretty much separate between the military and Turian Labs, but no one really knows what went on there. It was all hush hush, and no incidents happened. So, no reason for any concern, of course. And then we have the obviously the comm tower medical center up here. Turian Labs has actually been transformed into kind of their storage area, so they'll put because they don't have use for it, they don't have scientists, they're not doing testing. This is just kind of like a floating merchant independent station. So that's where they put a lot of their storage. So extra equipment, inventory, whatever the case may be, that's where a lot of stuff will be stored as well. And so the doctor's up there. So you would probably interact and know a lot of these people as well, having been there on and off for a couple years and everything else. So with that, we're going to kind of speed up. Is there anything that you would want to do on this station or purchase or go do, hang out?
Tilly would just like have a small amount of belongings, not much, like change clothes but mostly it's the trade tools.
Okay.
Like the ship probably has, I think most of the same things, but these are Tilly's like tools of the trade.
Yeah. All right. So, Isaac, what are you going to do with your day? Are you going to go back to the medical area? Are you going to be on the ship? Oh, and Michael, you would also have your own room on the ship and everything else. You could store everything. You could lock your door and stuff like that. So pretty standard in regards to that.
Yeah, I guess I have to go to make his way back to the medical bay, see how the guy is holding up.
Okay. And then Stanley, obviously you'd be doing a lot of administrative paperwork. Anything else that you would want to do on the station? And the admin offices
Um,
are also over here. Um,
mhm.
so you'd be able to go there if you're gonna do anything else from a corporate standpoint.
Um, well, since Stanley is just kind of in standby mode right now, um, hmm, he's gonna go ahead and look into the thing that Isaac actually asked him to look into because he has nothing better to do right now.
Okay. Um, yeah, go ahead and do a comtech roll. Hmm. Yeah, do a comtech roll.
Okay.
Straight as is. Oh, Isaac, you'd be able to reduce your stress and panic, having slept and everything else. And if anyone has any stress, you can take it down to 0 as well.
Yeah.
Done.
3.
Yeah, so you start searching. Um, and as you're searching, you're getting nothing on the specifics. However, when you're doing NEP, you do get some old articles that do come up related to, and they're all related to the New Earth plague.
All right then.
But that's basically like it was a disaster, New Earth plague. Basically, the planet was kind of wiped out um, from it, just from it spreading. Um, a lot of horror stories, a lot of media news and stuff like that, but nothing
Hmm.
outside of anything like official. You're not seeing any like classified reports or anything like that. It's just
Right.
the standard news. But then you also see like, uh, you know, new explorers patronage, and you get all these other NEP related things
Hmm.
just from general corporation names and everything else.
Okay. But nothing that really looks like out of the ordinary would have been just kind of like history as we know it, and then uh random Google sponsor searches.
Yeah, it would be all this stuff like you would see it. It's like you Googling like World War II and like all the different
Yeah.
things that pop up. Like you would be like, oh yeah, I remember that. And like you would have heard of it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not going back that far, but it actually would be pretty recent. But it's just one of those things where you're going to get a lot of news. You're going to get a lot of like false Google positive type things and stuff like that. Uh, so yeah,
Okay. Um yeah. So like the thing that Isaac had actually like given to me is like because it was NEP and then like some other string of numbers, right?
yeah, it was like
NEP specimen 347.
Okay. And just remind me as the player, like where did you pick this up from?
In the quarantine area of Turian Labs, it was what's between a table and a wall, likely surviving whatever decontamination procedure they used to clean that place up.
Ah, okay. Um, okay. Um, I probably won't think anything much of it. Mainly because you didn't because Isaac didn't really give me any context as to like what it's supposed to be about. And he just asked me to like, look into it and all like it's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, there's nothing really defined here as far as Stanley's concerned, because he has no real reason to look any deeper into it at the moment.
All right. And then would you relay your Google search to him, or would you just be like nothing here and just kind of like not mention anything?
He probably, I mean, he I'll mention to it him. I'll mention it to him eventually, but
Okay.
you know, it's like one of those things where it's like this is nothing urgent. It's not like I need to go running across the station or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Okay. Perfect. Um, and so Isaac's going to be there. We are going to have Ellis is going to be back at the slots with Kyrian. Uh, Gadget's going to be with him this time. Flash is going to be outside the station, um, by the ship, and then yeah, Mason's just going to be with you, of course. Um,
Mhm.
and at this point,
Actually, if Mason's with me, I was like, here, go find Isaac. Tell him I didn't find anything, and you
all
have the
right,
rest of the day off.
then Mason, trying to be the steward that he is, like almost runs because he's like, I got to do this. I got to do this right. I got to do it fast, and is like trying to be like all like one of those people who's like trying to be proper but doesn't know how to be proper, and is like trying to walk like all officially but like doesn't know how to do it, and is trying to walk fast, and it's kind of that where you're like
Hmm.
head bobbing up and down and stuff, and kind of goes over there to Stanley, Isaac, and he's like, so
Did you run all the way here?
no, I walked, and he's just like, yeah. So Stanley finished his search. He didn't find anything of note.
Well, that was a long shot, anyways. You realize you could have called me.
Oh, do you want me
Just
to relay that back to Stanley?
perhaps using the phone would be easier.
Yeah, I can relay that to Stanley. Let him know that the phone would be easier.
They've really taught you nothing down the well, have they?
What do you mean? I've been taking the notes like he taught me to, and
Yes. Never mind. Just I'll talk to him more when I see him. I have my hands busy here at the moment.
okay. Uh, so nothing to relay to him. Just that the phone could be used maybe next time.
Certainly saves more time, but if nothing came of the search, then I'll have to do some research myself. But
Okay. So with that, Mason's gonna like hightail it out of there basically, and make his way back. Um, everybody gets a point of stress.
Like asp.
or
Uh, the station's gone into lockdown,
oh, that was sudden.
and kind of the like alert alarms go off. It's not like fire or anything else, but Matilda would know exactly what this sound is. It is everything's locked down. Someone done messed up. And until this is remedied, everyone is staying here. Is generally what it is. So it's one of those things where something happened, and until they get their answer, no one's allowed to leave the station. That would be what Matilda knows. Whether Tilly shares that with you at this time, I don't know. I'll leave it to Tilly to decide if Tilly's still on the ship or if Tilly's about the station at this time.
So just to clarify, somebody messed up, like as in a mechanical issue, or there's like they're trying to prevent somebody from leaving.
Prevent
Type
someone
mess.
from leaving, like the marshal's office and security would be going around at alert.
So it's security lockdown
Yeah.
specifically. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I think there's no reason Tilly wouldn't be grumbling about that. I think, like, oh, another security lockdown.
So, are you on the ship with Stanley?
Appears to be so. Yep.
Okay. That's why I just want to make sure, because if you're on the station by yourself, no one else is going to respond to you. All right. So, Stanley,
Okay.
you would have heard this grumbling.
Right. So somebody did something. I'm automatically going to think it's probably Franz at this point, because he suspiciously just tried to disappear.
Well, I was going to say, did you? I was going to say, so you would have relayed that information to. Okay, I'm catching up. I'm seeing where we're at. Okay, so you would have thought it was Franz.
Yeah.
Okay.
And could be like, well, this is going to be a pain in the ass, because that's gonna get tied back to us. And now I'm like already going into like damage control mode.
Yeah. Let's see. What would be the next? So William, I'm trying to figure out how to play William right now. Because William would be the one now investigating, being the marshal. He would send his deputy down to take control, because he would have already been briefed on everything. He would have started delegating. And then he would march straight over to the ship. And he would basically he would get straight to the ship, and he would sit there and he would like buzz in, like trying to get your attention. Like basically knocking at the door.
Right. I mean, it's not like he doesn't know like the frequency or anything like that to get in direct contact. So
Yeah. For this one, he's being a little bit more quiet.
Mhm.
So he would. Yeah, go ahead.
So is he just kind of like the equivalent of hailing the ship kind of thing?
Yeah, he would basically be outside the door, like hailing the ship, and like standing there at attention. But he's not going to get on, even though he knows how to get on the ship. Like he's going to be professional. He's not going to cross that line. He's going to be sitting right there, waiting for someone to respond, and he's going to look anxious.
Okay. I'll like I assume that, well, I'm I am making assumptions here. Is like they're like a intercom type thing, like right there.
Yeah, I'm sure there would probably be an intercom of some sort that he'd be able to transmit back and forth.
Okay. Yeah, I'll respond on the intercom.
And he just goes, "Was it you?"
Was what? Us.
I need to know, was it you guys?
don't know what you're talking about yet, so I can't tell you. All I know is that we're now down 2 crew members, and I have no we have no control over what they do now, you included.
When we were on that planet, you guys were quick to take everyone out and shoot them and kill them. Now there's someone dead on the station. Was it one of you guys?
Who's dead? Who's dead on the station?
And he like realized he just blurted out information, and he's just like, doesn't matter. I just need to know, was everyone on the ship? So basically, I need to know, was it one of you guys?
The captain's MIA. Our pilot is AWOL. Our science officer is in the ship's hospital infirmary. So I could not tell you one way or the other.
And he's like, just goes, anyone who's done this, you let me know right now. You know how to get in touch with me. And then he just about face and just departs from there. So he's gonna
Just
go
kinda
over
pinching
here.
the brow of my bridge of my nose, just like, it's gonna get so much worse before it gets better.
So we have a dead person over in the hydrophonics area. And so the William does all the proper things and then kind of quarantines off the area, is looking for clues and everything else, and he calls for the doctor to come down with a gurney and to help examine the body. And so Isaac,
Yes.
you are up there. Let's see, chat saying foreign biohazard detected, emergency escape pod ejected.
Good reference, chat.
Oh yeah, chat's been really good tonight with some of the stuff. So you're sitting there, and he kind of has like an intercom, and he clicks it, and he's like, "Yep, this is Eli," and you can hear it, and he's like, "Yeah, we need you to come down. We had a murder. Bring the gurney down. Bring your kit. We need to figure out what happened." And he's like, "Yep,
That seems
okay, I'll get my stuff and then head on up." Is it like multiple people? Is it one? Like what do I need? And he responds back, just one. It just I don't know. It looks like something like tore his face off or something. Just get down here. And then from there, you see Eli kind of getting the gurney, getting some gear, putting it onto there, and starts to head up and goes, "All right, sorry, I gotta go." And then starts to head up to the elevator.
wait. So, did I hear that correctly? Someone's face was torn off?
You heard it like me. I have no idea what that means.
If you allow me to accompany you, I like to form a quick study or two before the marshals arrive and take over the scene.
Well, that was the marshals. They're already on the scene, but I have no issue with you tagging along. If you can make it easier, I'll see what the marshals say.
All right. And he's gonna cast a quick glance over at the patient before making his way out.
Yep, nothing noticeable. He's still in his little box, little cube area, laying on the bed, doing his rocking, doing his mumbling and stuff.
All right. So he's gonna make his way down with Eli.
All right, so you guys are going to be there. Tilly, anything that you're going to be doing at this time, because you know what's going on, you know it's a security event, anything that you're going to be doing in particular?
Billy doesn't know, doesn't care. Gonna catch some rack time.
Okay. Then we will cut back over. So, um, you get there, and William kind of puts like his hand in front of you, Isaac, and he's like, "This is for official business only." And Eli kind of turns and goes, "Yeah, he's a scientist, so he should be able to help me with this, and that way we can get this cleaned up quicker and figure it out." He goes, "Yeah, I have no issue with it. Like, do you?" And William kind of turns and he's like, "Well, it's not by the book, but..."
As well as anything we've done in the past few months been by the book.
And he goes, "And that's why..."
Excuse me.
Yeah. And he turns and he goes, "And you wonder why I took this job, is to keep it by the book. But
Because of course it wasn't for the dental.
I will allow you to assist as a consultant, but Eli is the lead, and you will assist him only when he tells you to do something."
By all means.
So you go in there. I'm gonna move these other two characters, Bram and Keller, kind of the Dex and Bram out. So you have the deputy marshal, you have Mila, and then you have William there, and then you have Eli yourself. You would basically find out from this that Bram and Dex are the ones who found her. They also work in the hydroponics as well. And everything they said was like, "We are working. We left last night. We went our separate ways. Uh, Lisa's usually works late, works early. When we came in the morning, this is how we found her." Is basically the statements and information that William got, and he'd kind of be talking that over with the rest of the marshals. Isaac, when you look, uh, Lisa is there on the ground, and it's like face has been ripped off, almost exactly like you said, like the jawbone all the way up through the face. The skull's like half like ripped and shredded.
Sounds like I get some stress points. I believe it's +2 for seeing a dead body.
Yes, you would get stressed. That's where I wasn't sure. I was going to leave it to you because
Yeah,
you
it's
knew
a dead
you were
body.
coming to see a dead body. So,
Well, there's hearing about a dead body and seeing it in person.
all right. So, I always say you get one. If you want to add more, you can. I'm not sure what the stress is for a dead body. It's page stress is 73.
On the main book?
Yeah, the evolved book, the stress. No, I think it's just one. I don't think they do the bonus points anymore. But if you would like to take more than one, I always say go ahead and take an extra one if you would like.
Yep.
For things particularly gruesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what would you like to do? Anything in particular?
Well, I like to observe the body, particularly rolling observation, see if I can't get more info on, are there any bruises, signs of attack, things under the fingernails,
Okay.
uh, like more so like on the face. Was it chewed, clawed? Are the cuts sharp? Where is the rest of the face? Did
Yeah.
something come out or did something was taken off? Stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and do your roll.
All right, so observation, I imagine. Uh, I'm going to add a +2 to give me a turn of intense focus. So nice, one success.
Okay, let me pull up. Where did I put that? I think it's in journal. Yes. Okay, here are my notes for all the people. Hydroponics. So basically,
Hydroponics.
yeah. I said, what did I say?
Hydroponics.
Oh,
You're good. You're good.
so her name is Lisa Trent. Failed influencer, accidental farmer. Age 22, came to the station hoping to be a social media personality on the frontier. Didn't even come close to panning out. She kind of worked some odd jobs around the station. Never really did well because she still thought that she was, uh, a major player and everything else and going to be a superstar. Until Bram reluctantly hired her. She knows nothing about plant science maintenance, but she's surprisingly good at monitoring sensors, logging data, spotting anomalies, mostly because she's just glued to screens anyway. She's very energetic, dramatic, constantly recording behind the scenes. Um, and then she would have filmed lots of different things about the hydroponics. I keep saying phonics. Hydroponics for her tiny
Hydroponics work
follower
for me.
base. Bram absolutely hates it. The plants don't mind. Um, yeah, so that is the bio that you would get kind of in general when they were kind of talking about her and going through things. And when you do your observation, you do see the phone, and it's like
Okay, wait, hang
wedged.
on. We're like this is the '80s tech, so we're talking about like there's no smartphone. It's like It's like the video camera, right?
Yeah.
Like the handheld one.
Yep.
Because like I just want to make sure like we're in the same space when it comes to this.
Yeah, but we can also say because you have to remember Alien Earth also and
Oh, we're not talking
Covenant.
about Alien Earth right
Yeah,
now.
and Covenant, like
Well, it,
technology goes back and forth all over, but
Well,
we
no,
will
it's really
say,
about how much money do you have to spend on the tech.
yeah,
right, but it's also on the frontier. You're not going to have some expensive thing that breaks every 5 years. Talking about never mind. I'm
yeah,
getting too much into it. So I see the recording device.
yeah. You would see a recording device, and it is like wedged into the dirt, um, and it's kind of like
Wait,
barely showing.
a hydroponics doesn't use any dirt. It just uses water on trays.
I thought some of them did have dirt.
Those are just regular gardens, I believe. That's why it's
Yeah,
called
hydroponics
hydroponics.
is all water.
Yeah,
Okay, I
It's
thought
like
it.
they're
Oh,
usually
I'm
like
thinking of the hanging. Never mind.
you're thinking of hanging
yeah.
That's right.
gardens.
Yeah. So then it won't be in the dirt. It would be uh in the water of one of the plants.
All right, he's gonna make sure his gloves are on and fish that out and put it into a bag.
Put some rice in
Uh,
it.
Yep.
so my observation role was more so on the body itself. Did I discover anything noteworthy about the wounds in particular?
It just looks like three kind of like lines straight through the face. Almost like knives, daggers, something like that. Just like a rake, maybe. Like if you think about like the I would say like a obviously not here because there's no dirt, but like the hose, like the meant to break up where it has the three prongs, it would be like that kind of graped across as well.
I'm getting some bad deja vu. But like, so it's not a sharp cut. It's more like a ragged, serrated.
Yeah. So it's not clean. It's not like a knife by any means, but it's like deeper, like kind of like something like nails ripping across it. Um, hoe ripping across it, something like that.
He's gonna look towards one of the marshals that are nearby, or probably William or Kane. He's like, "Are there any traces of blood or viscera nearby? Scratch marks that look similar to this wound here?" He's gonna point to the face.
And William's going to turn and just go, just all the blood that's everywhere.
There's no footprints, no signs of a struggle. What is he? Does he look like he was fighting something? Is he like? Is her face like what's left of it like widened, or is it relaxed?
It is like the head's ripped off and like the cone of the head, just like it's ripped off and the body's just like straight back. And like the arms are just kind of like at the side or whatever. Like there's nothing.
Well, I'll leave that for you. I imagine you also want to look at the recorder. I imagine whatever she was filming might have clues as to what attacked her.
And William kind of goes over and goes, why would she be recording? Because again, he's brand new as well, so he has no idea and would just be confused as well.
Perhaps they were recording plant growth. I'm honestly not sure.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
tape might still be salvageable, though.
They're
he
a
kind of takes
vlogger.
it and he's like shaking it out. He's like, yeah, I'll see what we can do with this. It's kind of like dented and dinged up a little bit from kind of like being flown, but it's like it's just damage from like hitting. Nothing really, um, no scratches on it or anything like that. Just kind of like dings from having been like presumably flung.
With my roll, could I have established a time of death for this body?
Yeah. Um, Chat says, is her name Ripley? It's a big cat. uh, yeah, you would easily see that this is pretty recent, like probably around 5, 6 in the morning.
What time is it now?
I would put it at, so if you interviewed at 9, fast forward to 10 for the interview-ish. I'd put it at 11,
So is that
11:30,
like
12, something like
two,
that.
3 hours?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a sample of the body. I need to. I assume I'm going to run it through with Eli. See if we can't see through a toxicology report if there is any how stretched she was, if she was. There's anything that we could find on that end. I highly suggest you lock down this section of the station, although at this point it might already be too late. Whoever or whatever did this could be far gone.
And Eli's just looking and he's like, look, take whatever samples you need. Clearly murder. I'm going to get this onto the gurney. Uh, I've already taken a bunch of photos. As far as locking it down, that's the marshal's job, not mine. And he's sitting there and he kind of like moves the gurney down and he kind of looks up and he's like, are you going to help me?
All right, I'll grab the feet. You grab the torso. He's gonna help put the body onto the gurney.
Yeah. So it gets loaded up and, you take it back to the medical wing. So I'll go ahead and oops. We'll get him up there. We'll get Eli up there. And so William kind of like gets all the information, locks this down as well. But the only problem is the shipping docks have to come in here. So the hydroponics to lock it down would prevent people on the ship from being able to enter and exit. So that is something to keep in mind. So if you're on the ship, you are going to be stuck on the ship for the interim duration. And so with that, Kane kind of goes back with the marshal. He has, oops, I'm still selecting him. He has Mila stay up there to kind of like monitor the area, keep it, in check. Bram is going to be somewhere else, and so is Dex. And the 3 engineers, because they are all the way in the power wing, would have been pulled out and sent somewhere else as well, so that way they're not stuck in the engineering bay for all that stuff. But I will say, of those 3, when they go up there, when William's with you, Isaac, he also gets a call and says, Leora is missing, one of the engineers from above in the engineering bay.
I highly suggest you lock down wherever that is right now.
So William would have gotten that call while you were in there, and he just would have been like, what is going on with this place? I just started on day 1, and this is already worse than what I left. And so he goes on back. Basically, William gets back, and they have this missing person now. So now that is their number 1. What's the word? Gosh, I'm blanking on the word. Person of interest. Because obviously, if you murder someone, you're going to run away. So they have their person of interest, and now that they know that someone, probably, I keep wanting to say Tilly, Leora, has gone missing, that is their number 1 suspect. So Kane does a station-wide announcement for everybody to report to the main central area of the station. And they're going to conduct a ship-wide search after going through and talking to everybody. Pretty standard procedure for this space station. Once they kind of figure out who they're going after, if they're going to start looking for suspects, they're very quick to say, everyone here, Tilly would know this, bring everyone in, start going through, and see what people look like, do a quick inspection of everyone, get some interview questions done, and then if they need to break up into groups, they can start investigating the station. And this has been done. You would have also known this. The previous marshal, Tilly, was murdered by someone who was drunk. The marshal was always getting drunk. And it was very odd because this station's very well maintained, and murder is not very, it's rare. I think that might be the only case of murder that you would have seen on the station. And anytime someone gets reckless, they're immediately kicked off the station. So it's very, very strict. And so William would get on, and it would be station wide, and it would go out to the ships, and it would be, everybody, situation on board, everybody must report to the central spire of the space station for review statements, until further investigation can be done. And then kind of hangs up, and I'll leave it to you, Stanley. Are you guys going to follow the orders?
is basically just a shelter in place order then.
So originally it was a shelter in place, and then now they're giving the order for everyone to come down to the central area. And
Hmm,
then Tilly,
okay.
would you be going as well, or would you be like, I'm not going and like hanging out on the ship?
Tilly's not going to fight about something like this, right? Nothing else to do either.
Okay, so you're gonna head down.
Yep.
All right. And then Stanley, anything that you would want to do, you would see Tilly kind of going.
Uh, I'm eventually going to go, but first I'm going to go into the provisions that I just bought and pour myself a glass real quick, thinking that I was going to be able to at least save this until we went out and just kind of enjoy like sip on it for like a few minutes before I decide that I'm going to head out myself.
Okay. Mason would be there, and he would be like, "We have to go to the main area. They just called us."
Yes, Mason, I know.
We
Just give me a moment.
and he just stands there and just kind of bobbing his head a little, just kind of like, now.
Just kind of like anytime he like tries to like ask where that, I just kind of like put my finger up and like take another sip.
And
About,
then
15, 20 minutes later, after I've like, savored it and finished it off a little bit, then, I'll head over.
and as you're getting ready, Flash would be checking the ship. He would have walked around and he would have kind of seen you, and he would have been like, Kyrian wants everyone reporting. She doesn't want any trouble. I'm checking the ship and then I'm locking it down. And so he's going to go through right behind you and just make sure everything's kind of tightened up, make sure no one's hiding on the ship.
Hmm.
Make sure everything's good to go, and then kind of lock it all up, lock it down, enter in the code 123456 so no one can get in. And then it's going to make his way as well to the center.
We really need to change that passcode. Got the same thing on my luggage.
Someone got it. Someone got it. All right. So as you're down there, you see everyone kind of sitting down there, and everyone's kind of in groups, and they're kind of in a good, I don't want to say like well maintained like line and stuff, but everyone kind of knows what to do. They've kind of been through this. You're hearing gossip. Um, People are doing, oh, someone's been killed. Oh man, this is the second time. Um, this year, like this is crazy. And because I hear let me get the name, Leora did it. She hasn't shown up. And they're like, oh, I didn't even know those two got along. They must have like had some disagreement or something. And it's just all sorts of gossip going on. um and then I would say, Isaac, if you would want to stay up there with Eli, I would say Eli would be with the body still, and the crazy guy. Um, and they can basically lock down that area.
Yeah, I'll stay
Okay.
with the LA.
That's okay. Just leave the crazy guy alone.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He's
He's not
like,
going anywhere.
flick the lights real quick after you lock down the door.
Oh, he already got the data he needed.
Yeah. Eli like locks the door and he's like, should I do it? And he's like pointing to the light switch and like just giving you like a face, like a look of like, you see how dumb of an idea this is? Yeah, so William's going through and they're interviewing people. Stanley, is there anything, Stanley and Tilly, anything that you guys want to do in the interim while they're going through? Kiri, like you're going to see kind of the groups congregating the people. You're going to see like Veranda's restaurant groups of people together, kind of Alba's Inn people together, and they kind of go up in groups and kind of talk to the deputy and the different marshals and everything else. The security guards are kind of around the station and everything else.
I'm gonna have like I'm gonna have the kind of like logistics paperwork with me, have a clipboard and everything like that because nobody bothers anybody with a clipboard.
Perfect. Tilly, what about you?
Tilly's just kind of hanging around, knows some of the folks, and looks pretty bored.
All right. So let me get the last security officer down there. All right. So they basically go through and they interview everybody. And everyone else is accounted for on the ship or on the station. And so William's like, all right, we're going to break you up into groups. And then we're going to search this station room by room, sector by sector, looking for any information regarding this and looking for Leora as well, as she is missing and is the top suspect. The deputy marshal's kind of going through and leading this effort right now since William doesn't really know too much about this process and he kind of delegated a little bit to him. And so the deputy's kind of going through. He's like, we've done this before, break up into your groups. And you kind of see people kind of like naturally flow towards different people, the different marshals, security officers, and stuff like that. I would say, Stanley, are you going to be volunteering for one of the groups? Are you going to be hanging back? So obviously there are people who will hang back naturally. So it's going to be Ellis. Kyrian is also going to be down there. Gadget is going to be... Nope, Gadget's going to be over here. Flash is going to be with them.
Sorry, so what is the volunteer part of this?
Basically, volunteering to help explore the ship to look for Leora.
Uh, trying to think if Stanley is that kind of person or not.
Right. And I'll
Actually,
do
you know what? Yeah, he will because he's going to he would definitely try to leverage this uh for a favor later on.
Okay. Tilly, would you be volunteering as well?
Yeah, we might as well get this lockdown ended sooner rather than later.
Okay. My next question is going to be... Sorry, I was looking at chat. We have a question. Welcome in. Catalia. Yes, we do post on YouTube. It's under Proficiency bonus. Lots of questions. Do you guys have a Discord? Yes, we do have a Discord as well. And we are currently using Foundry VTT for this. So my next question is going to be, Tilly, Stanley, are you two going to be in the same group or are you going to split up into different groups? Because Tilly, you might have some friends elsewhere, so I'll leave it open.
Oh, Tilly's gonna stick with Mr. Ty.
Mr. Ty. Okay.
We got Tie Guy and Lab Coat. Yeah.
Better than Mr. Pink.
All right. So I'm actually going to clear a lot of this mess off the table here, just because it is a lot of tokens going on right now. Let's say grab. We will put you guys together. We will leave the marshals there. And you will have the trader with you who you purchased your alcohol from. And you will also have Gadget.
Tilly likes that guy.
Yeah. So you are with the security guard. And you guys have been tasked with going up, checking this level, the hydroponics, checking the docking area over here, checking the docking area over here. Let's move the security guy over. And then checking the engineering area as well.
All right.
She's going, let's move her over. And Leora is not actually there. I just kept her there, so I have her name. Isaac, anything that you want to do while you are locked down in your little cuppy corner?
Well, he's gonna run Lisa's blood through the system, same as he did with the patient. And while that's being sort of run through among some tissue samples of the wound, of course, seeing if there's any like thing left or lodged within it, um, he's going to prepare to do a necropsy, or in this case, autopsy,
Yeah.
to determine the exact cause of death. It's pretty clear what it is, but he's gonna do what he can.
Yeah,
To
I think it might have been a heart attack.
well,
Face. All right. So your group, you guys are all together. It is Gadget, some security officer. Everything's pretty well opened up. It's easy to kind of get through. He's kind of like, all right, he gives you your orders. We're going to go around, watch where you walk, look for things, check every crevice, check every nook. We're trying to look for anything and everything. If you see something, if you see her, just give a shout. Don't proceed. Let us handle it. This is just us looking for stuff and then trying to find her. This is not a big station. She couldn't have gotten far. Don't be a hero. There's nowhere that she can really run on this ship. Any questions? All right.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah, so the security guard takes you up to the hydroponics. God, I'm going to eventually get this right. Not this stream, but eventually.
Hooked on phonics, right?
I know. I keep thinking hooked on phonics is actually what I'm thinking while I'm saying it, and that's what is killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys show up. Stanley, Tilly, take a point of stress. You guys see lots of blood on the floor. I would have said the first time when you kind of came through this area, the first time, Milia kind of would have like kind of shooed you along, and you probably wouldn't have seen it. And so now you come in here and you have a clear view. Like there is just blood, and it's like from a central point, and it's like a giant fan. Like if you think about those fans where you like fold them open, it's kind of in that shape where it just kind of shot out perfectly in that shape. And you still see. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just has it gotten into the actual hydroponics as well? Like, is there like
Oh yeah,
pink water and stuff too?
and there's like bits of flesh, brain, skull. Like you're gonna see like fractures of it, just like bits and pieces on the ground. You're gonna see bodily materials and everything else. It would have like gone up the walls and everything, kind of like hooked on the side. You would have seen like little like cone shaped things where the plants are. You see like a piece of brain kind of hanging in like skin flesh, kind of like different places. So Stanley, my question to you is: would you panic?
Hmm. I have.
Chat says hooked on hydrophonics.
Worked for me. Would I panic? Let me look at something real quick.
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
will let
Tilly, anything that you would like to do in this room? Obviously, you see blood. I would also ask the same question: would you panic at all?
You know what? I'm gonna make a stamina roll to see if I do or not.
Okay.
Because since I have these, I did take this stoic like talent, so I'm gonna be like, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's do it. One success. So I
All
guess
right.
you
Looks
keep it
like
together.
I'm keeping it together there.
Did you at least throw up?
Totally not throwing up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, gross. Hopefully you didn't have orange juice.
Mm.
So yeah, Tilly, what about you? Would you be panicking? What are you gonna do in this room?
Well, Tilly has seen it all
Okay.
in terms of the talent, and I think, like, obviously it's not pleasant, and so there's got a bit of a sour stomach too as well, but um, I don't think would necessarily trigger panic right now.
Okay.
Having seen some workplace injuries and experienced them.
All right. And I did give you both a point of stress, correct? For being in the room.
Indeed.
Okay. So with that, I would like you both to make observation rolls. We're gonna go D&D style here.
Dum dum dum. Observation.
Yeah. Tilly, unless you would like to push, all you see is the blood in your stomach's just kind of queasy.
Yeah, not gonna push.
Okay. Stanley, you look and you see like the blood, the spatter, you see all the different bits and pieces. Um,
Seeing things
and
I wish I didn't.
yeah, and when you kind of look around and as you're examining things, you notice that the ceiling grate has been like kicked in and it's
Mhm.
like damaged but in. It's like one of those things where it's like flat across
Like
normally,
inward when you
like
say in, like in toward the vent or
yeah,
in toward the
like
room.
in towards the vent. Like it went
Okay.
upwards and like it you can kind of see it hanging off the side inside the vent itself. But you can tell like the trajectory went like that way, which is would be very interesting to say the least.
Mm-hmm. How big is the vent? Is that like actual like full human size vent or is it more like a half size one?
No, it's
They're
gonna
all
be a
man-sized vents because,
yeah,
like, for stations like these, you got to go in and crawl in to do like maintenance on
yeah.
different systems.
And plus with the hydroponics, not to be confused with hooked on phonics,
Oh God.
um, you're going to need a good ventilation system also and airflow and everything for the stuff in here. So,
Right.
um, and I would say it's pretty high up. For you, it's probably like if you were there's obviously going to be different levels of it kind of broken out.
Right.
Um, you would probably need, you're not going to be able to jump straight up. You're probably going to need a ladder to get up in there,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not going to need like a 14-foot ladder to get up in there. It's just your
Right.
standard ladder. You put it down and you'd be able to kind of get up there.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have amazing hops, in which case
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a mobility plus stamina both have to get successes. No. Yeah, so that would be what you guys observe in this room.
Okay. I will point it out to the security person that's with us.
And he'll be like, what? How would she have gotten up there? And then like he's like looking around, he's like, there's gotta be a ladder somewhere around here. Do you guys see
It,
anything?
could Tilly make a roll just to see if she might remember having done maintenance here before, if there's anything nearby that could be used.
I would say you would already have the knowledge of that.
Okay.
So I will leave it to you if you know where something is.
Well, I would think that there's probably something in the one of those
Like a storage
engineering,
closet somewhere.
yeah, like the either in like the dock, one of the docking areas, that there'd probably be some equipment that
Yeah.
you bring over.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say, yeah, go ahead and roleplay it.
Okay. Well, Tilly's just gonna head over this way.
And the security guard's
And
gonna be like, wait, we haven't searched that wing yet. We're still finishing
well,
this room.
I'm just gonna go grab a ladder so we can see what's going on up there. Like you morons didn't see it and checked. Like you checked this room out earlier, right?
I didn't. I'm not an idiot. That's the
Okay.
marshal. You, and he's like,
What?
I'm not an idiot. That's the marshal.
yeah.
That's your boss? Or yeah, because there's one security, right?
Yeah. So there's one security kind of like with each group, and they kind of have like the area kind of still quarantined off in there. So they kind of have like one security guard at each point to kind of keep this area locked down. And then people who aren't searching are kind of kept there to keep that, maintain order. And then the groups that are going to kind of break out from there, they're going to search. Like a group's going to go this way, a group's going to go this way, a group will go this way, a group will go this way, and they'll kind of break it up and kind of search it little by little. And so he's like, well, take someone with you. And unless someone wants to, the trader's going to, Tade the trader's going to go. Unless, Stanley, you really want to go over there with him and find that ladder.
Yeah, I'll just kind of stay with the group.
Okay. Yeah, so Tate is with you. You guys go out. So in the first area, give me an observation. So we'll do it this way. We'll kind of break it up little by little. Let's get some rolls in here. Yeah, the ladder's not in that area.
Oh, somebody moved it.
Go ahead
Yeah,
and
to get up into the vent.
give me another
Do you wanna-
observation.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going around and you see the ladder right there.
Okay. So we'll grab that and make our way back.
Yeah, and you see
Making our way down.
you see Tade right there, and he's like going through some of the boxes, and he's like, "Oh, we got some good stuff in here." And he's like still like looking through because that's like the where did I put it? I forgot to put it on the map, but it's okay because you guys would not know about it. Where did I put it? Oh, there we
Got
go.
stuff and things.
Yeah. So Tade would know that their normal logistics ship came in and dropped everything off here and is docked here, and he's like going through and he's excited because he knows you ordered some things, and he's like looking to see if they were able to get it and procure it. You would know him as well, and he's like always trying to get to the goods first. And so he's just kind of like going through it.
Get my Zambuca there.
And he's like, what? What? Is your what?
My Zambuca, the special order liquor.
Let me check. It's not in this box, but there's probably like 7 or 8 of them here. So let me keep looking. And he's just kind of going through, searching little by little, just trying to figure out where it is.
Okay. Well, Billy's just going to keep bringing the ladder back.
All right. Yeah, so the security guard comes, he like grabs the ladder from you, sets it up, and he's like, and he starts climbing up the ladder, and he grabs his flashlight, and he sticks his head in, and he's like, well, she couldn't have gone this way because this grate is wedged in there. I don't even know how she did that. And he's like looking, he's like, she must have went that way. And like he kind of gets on his comm unit, and he's like, hey, um, calling in from the hydroponics in the room, the murder room. We found one of the ceiling vents was broken in. She could have went up there, and it looks like she would have gone down the path, and it looks like it might have went over towards the docking bay, like C and D. But if we have to start climbing vents, this is going to be a very long and painful search. And then, like, he's getting comms back from William and the deputy. He's like, all right, thanks for that. Can you shut the vent again? He's like, no, the vent's pretty jammed in there. I don't even know how this happened. And he's like, all right, well, we'll just keep an eye out for more vents, seeing if any of them's been moved or anything. And he kind of comes back down, and he's like, all right. And you guys finished looking at the rest of this room? Anything else that you guys see in here? And then he kind of like looks around. He's like, all right, well, let's make our way over to C and D. And like as you guys start making your way over, he's like, wait, where's Tade? He's like, Tilly,
Oh,
you were with what? Where is he?
oh, how he is with new inventory coming in. He got a little distracted, I think.
Go get him. You know this is not how this plays out. You need to stick with the group.
Wow. I'm not his babysitter, but sure.
You go back in, and he's like ecstatic, and he turns around. He goes, "I found it." He goes, "Do you wait? How?" He goes, "I can't." Well, good news is it's here, but I can't. Obviously, we can't carry this around because we're supposed to be searching. But at least you got it. And he kind of like puts it back in the box and like closes it up, and he kind of like puts some things over top of it. And he's like, "They got some good stuff in here this time."
All right. Well, let's stick together. They're getting grumpy over there.
Yeah. Leor's probably sitting there, probably upset because whatever, And you guys make your way into, C and D dock. We'll pause there for a second. Isaac, anything that you want to do?
Well, so did the autopsy reveal anything interesting about the wound on the face? Did I find any traces of whatever caused it?
It just looks like, as you go through it looks like claws or something like went through. Like it's weird. It's like a bear or something, like mauled or something.
Uh, yeah, he's gonna look over at Eli's. They're putting the cover over the corpse. When you were out there doing God knows what, you ever come across a xenomorph that could do something like this? And out of character, when I say
Yeah.
xenomorph, I mean alien organism.
Yeah. And he turns and he looks and he's like, I mean, I've seen some weird animals, but nothing. I mean, the only thing that comes to my mind is bear, maybe lion or some sort of horned beast. I don't know, like antlers or something like. But
No, antlers would have punctured. This looks more like a slash of sorts.
that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know what, and for those animals to even be here, like you can't miss a bear walking down a street. Like,
I've never even seen a bear, honestly.
and he's like, ah, it's just one of those things you just pick up from the books.
Well, I'm going to see if I can contact shipping control. It's likely that they might be able to let me know, or let us know, what ships arrived at what time. If we can have a glance at their cargo manifest, if they can send that to us via terminal, perhaps I can ascertain exactly where these ships may have come from and find out exactly what they were carrying. That might give us a clue about whatever did this. This seems too gruesome to have been done by a person. And I might be biased in my analysis, but scenes like these tend to occur when people do not follow proper procedure. What is the number for shipping for transit control?
And he like looks. He goes, uh, I normally just press the control on the dash. Like, I go to one of the computer terminals if I need to look something up. I don't usually call that because usually I just go to. Actually, he's like, I've never actually asked about shipping. I only talk to the stores like Tate and stuff if I need something, but never really called the ship number to be honest. But it's probably on the Rolodex.
Yes, you're probably right. And he's gonna go ahead and contact the transit authority on the station and see if we can't get the horn on for somebody who might have access to like the manifest of ships that have come in the past few cycles.
Yeah, so you go ahead and call, and the person answers, and they're like, station office, how may I help you?
This is Dr. Grayson. I'm currently assisting Dr. Eli at the MacArthur Medical Center. I need to have access to the cargo manifests of the last few ships that have come by the station. I'm putting together a something for the investigation, and I need to confirm a few theories of mine.
You'll have to go through the marshals. The marshals are running everything. We can't give that out to people, especially people like, I get you're working with Dr. Eli, but both of that is out of your scope. This has been given to the marshal's office, but I'll pass that information along for them to check those logs. But that's not something that we can provide you.
I'd like to see if I can't roll manipulation in order to get them to give me this information now.
Go for it.
Hey, uh, he's just gonna say like, by the time you ask for the marshals to send me this information, it is likely someone else will die. I say this on good authority that the sooner you give me this information, the sooner I can piece together what is going on and the lockdown.
And I'm going to say -2.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so say -2 because you're going to really have to break the rules here.
Yeah, I got 2 successes.
Was that with -2?
Even if I
Yeah,
were
I
to
mean, it
roll
would.
3 dice,
Oh,
I would
that's
have
right.
got
Yeah.
still
I forgot
success.
about the minimum. She's like, all right, look, I really shouldn't be doing this, but I'll look into it and I'll have the logs sent down to uh, Eli's terminal with anything that I can find regarding this, okay?
Appreciate your support. And he's gonna hang up.
Okay.
All right, I spoke with the station master. I'm gonna see if I can't find out what ships have been here and see what they may have been carrying that might have led to this. We'll need to account for some dictating factor, whether this was a parasite or something small that grew larger. As I imagine anything big enough to be noticeable would have already been seen.
All right. So Isaac, as you are talking, you kind of see the security group. They're outside the door. They're kind of going through. Uh, the whoops, that's not his actual name, Colonel Thomas. It's actually security guard too. Um, he kind of like taps on the window and he's like, gets on the intercom. He's like, "You guys good?"
We're fine here. Have you found anything?
No, nothing yet. Although we did get word that she might be up in events. But we'll finish clearing this out. But hopefully we find her, and then that way we're not having to dig through the vents because I don't want to go up there.
I
But
advise you talk to Mother about the scenario. She might have picked something up on the cameras or sensors that might give you more information.
well, that's up to Dr. Ackbar, but that is way above our pay grade. We can't even go into that room, and that thing is sealed tight.
Stand.
But and as he's sitting there talking to you, you hear a scream. And basically he's here. You hear a scream. Let me pull up the sheet.
That sounds like a stress response.
Yes.
Or would that be a panic roll?
Not yet. Give me 3 seconds. You hear a scream, and you come up to the window, and you see the security guard, and he is just like frozen over, and he's just like, and then you see Lyra's there, and she like screams and like takes off running and just like goes the opposite direction. Redden is like frozen there as well and has like no idea what's going on. Jace went into the small room over here to kind of do the quick check to finalize everything so they could head back up. Standing in front is this tall, like not six, like 7-foot thing. It is dark. It is black. It looks almost humanoid yet alien at the same time. It is making those noises. It has long, like talon type fingers. Its face is jet black and smooth. It has giant tubes prostrating out of its back, and it is staring. Straight at Jace, and Jace is just standing there. And think about the Alien movie, when they're in the hangar maintenance area, and I'm blanking on her name, but she's just standing there, and she is frozen, and she can't do anything. And if you've like just seen that scene, they're just like, there's nothing, there's frozen in fright.
Yeah.
And this thing just like stares at it and like tilts its head. And you see what appears to be its mouth open.
Yeah.
And like drool is just coming out. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this fully. You'll kind of see it there. And then its jaws open up and shoot out and go straight through Jace's head.
That's a panic roll.
Yep.
I imagine.
You are going to panic for sure. And you are keeping it cool. Somehow. So basically, we're going to pause there. Actually, no. So basically, let's go a little bit further into this. No, we can pause. We can go back to the group down here. So you guys are down here. Stanley, Tilly, you guys are going through docks C and D. anything that you want to do down here, make observation rolls, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get this over with, so Stanley's going to be a little proactive here, so
Okay. Oops. Yeah, so you guys just kind of be looking around. Okay, yeah, observation, you got 1 success.
2 successes.
Oh, 2 successes.
Yeah, we both got 2.
Yeah, you go through, you see all the vents are like sealed up tight. Everything looks good. You don't see anything crazy over here. Everything looks normal. Boxes are kind of tidied up. Everything has a home. Like, sure, there's a few tarps on the ground and stuff like that, but nothing out of the ordinary. Tilly, you made 1 too. Oh, you both got 2 successes.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, you see basically the same thing. Anything that you guys want to roleplay or anything?
Tilly's gonna take out some service tags. You know, like you'd use for like a lockout on like something.
The red tags and everything, yeah.
Yeah, and just put them on all the vents. Right? Not to secure them, but just as like a, you know, if somebody comes through this, we'll see if it's been, you know, because you
Been
can't
tampered
once
with.
if it's been tampered, then we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you're going up, you're putting the tags on it, the zip ties and all that stuff. And as you turn around, as you're doing your, your observation and you're looking around, you take a point of stress. Tate
Both
is
of
just
us or just
I would say just Tilly right now.
okay.
I will leave it to you because I'm not sure where you are in here, so I'm gonna give you the information, and then you let me know where you're standing if you saw it as well. So, Tate is kind of like lingering back, and he's just like doesn't want to be doing anything, and he's kind of like snooping through some of the boxes and stuff. And he's kind of hanging out by the door, like ready to leave and get back and like try and snag some more things from the other room. Standing over like right behind him is this large 7-foot thing, and it is black and it just has no eyes, and it is just standing towering right behind Tade, and it's got long arms and just claws just sitting there, and it's just drooling, and it has these tubes coming out of its back. And Tade kind of looks up at you and sees your face, and he's like, yeah, so there's nothing good in here, just and he like has something like on his shoulder, and he's like, oh, gross. And then like before he can do anything, the arms come around it, grab him, and take off running back the way that you guys just came from. Go ahead and do a panic roll for me. All right, you got twitchy. And that's the nice thing about this also, is that the sheet actually will track this stuff and account for it.
I also calculate result.
Yeah, it is great from that standpoint. I think the seen it all is the only thing that doesn't quite fully work. So I think that's the one adjustment we just have to be mindful of. So, Stanley, would you have seen that? Because it was kind of quiet, and he's on the he's tying it up. I don't know if like you're in the back corner. I don't know what you're doing. So I'm going to.
I'm probably where like you placed me.
Okay. All right, Tilly.
Like I would be like in view of like where Tilda is, but like, you know, still like around the corner.
Gotcha. Okay, Tilly. Back to you.
What? What the hell was that? I think Tilly's gonna go straight for that because that's an access hatch there, right?
This is the doorway, I
Uh,
think.
That's a
so
doorway.
yeah, I was basically having basically the exact way you came. Whatever it was, grabbed Tate and went back through those doors to the hydroponics area. So the doors like opened and then closed. And like you're standing there and you see it grab, you see it kind of like run, and then you can't really see it anymore once those doors close. Because they're like bulkhead doors that shut, so they're all grayed out.
Yeah. I think Tilly's gonna go. Well, it's gonna be like something grab Tade and run to that door. And hit the like if there's a lock button or whatever.
Okay, so you're gonna
To
lock you
try.
guys inside.
Yeah.
All right, so not helping Tate. Got it. I think you and Stanley will get along nicely. He did the exact same thing in the last encounter that we had. He ran into the APC and locked himself in.
Well, Tilly's tough, but she's not an idiot. Um,
So Gadget's gonna be like, what? And then the security guard's gonna come around. He's like, what's going on? What are you talking about?
Something just grabbed him, and it headed out there fast. And do you have any guns?
And he does have a gun on him. All the security are going to have a rifle on them. I forget which one it is. I think it's the. Okay, so this is security 2. So he has the M4A3 service pistol, but some of them do have rifles. So this guy has a service pistol, and that's basically and just Kevlar on him, and that's all he really has.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean something grabbed? Like, what are you talking about?"
I don't know how to describe it. It was huge. It looked like something from a nightmare. You we could go out and check.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean something from a nightmare. Yeah, like yeah, we have to go out there. We have to see what's going on. Like we have to check this out. Like I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about either.
He's like, all right, let's go out there and see what's going on. And then in the interim, he's like got the comm and he's like, yeah, just something got Tade. Tilly said it's something out of a nightmare. Not sure what that is, but like Tade's not with us, and clearly something happened, so we're gonna go investigate. And then like the deputy is in there and he's like, all right, just keep us posted. I don't know what you mean something out of a nightmare, but yeah, be safe, keep us posted. We'll send some people that way. And then we're going to cut back to Isaac.
Yeah. So seeing this occur, I imagine Isaac would hit the emergency override button to like lock down the door proper.
So
Like the
your medical area?
yeah.
Yeah, you guys would have already been locked down. You guys locked yourself in already.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess he seeing this, he just turns around and he's like he sort of like stops still for a second before like fixing himself together, and he's like, well, my theory is confirmed. We need to hide.
Okay. And I'm gonna say,
Oh,
go ahead.
I did want to do something.
Yeah.
Uh, I wanted to see if I can't roll analysis, see if I can't get a better uh, idea of what this creature
Yeah,
is.
perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna give you yeah. I was gonna say, okay, you got 2 successes.
Can I push it to get more? No.
Oh. Make sure you remove that stress real quick. But
What?
you double rolled, right?
Oh, I
No,
pushed
there's
it.
only one. You
Oh,
only
you
had
pushed
3.
it. Oh, sorry, I completely missed that.
So do I roll stress response, I guess?
Yes,
All right. So I'm deflated. But
deflated.
I
You
did
can.
get 2 successes, so I can ask 2 questions of the GM
Yep.
and see if I.
So you got deflated. You cannot push any skill rolls.
Yep.
If you are jumpy as well as above, remove that response and ignore jumpy results while deflated. So go ahead and ask your questions.
Okay.
Oh, let me give you this real quick. So your door is like, think about the medical door on the Nostromo, where it's like that white door. It's got that like medical emblem right in the middle, and you got like a little hexagonal window in it, and that's basically and it's a double door between it. So there's a, if you look at the map, like door here and a door here, kind of like a pseudo quarantine if they needed to, type
Okay.
thing.
Uh.
But yeah, go
Well,
ahead with your question.
instead of asking a question, could I instead use the xenomorphology? Because it's still like it still had me make a observation roll, but instead of asking my questions, could I? Because it says here, when facing an extraterrestrial creature of any kind, you may make an observation roll, quick action. If successful, which it was, I realized a potential weakness of the creature, if it has any. So I wonder, and it's only one
Y-
attempt per xenomorph is allowed. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering if I see any potential weaknesses on this thing or on this thing.
So let me see. So you made the roll, you pushed
Succeeded.
it,
Yep.
um, and then you did your stress test, and you had success. So you would
Yep.
have successful. So the potential weakness, if any, um, if you fail, you gain 1 stress. So you didn't fail, you did succeed. Um, when you look, this thing looks armored, it looks strong, it looks big. And as you're watching it, Redden is still sitting there. Um, and the security guard, which is frustrating me, that says Colonel Thompson, aka Tommy Spears. Um, let's see, what is his? So he has the Magnum revolver, and he's sitting there, and he is terrified, and he's just watching this thing. And the xenomorph goes from where Jace just got slaughtered and sprints over to Redden and just slashes through with one arm right through him and like guts open his stomach, and Redden just falls down, and like the security guard is like scared, and he's like pulling up the gun, and he just drops it and he takes off running. And when he takes off running, you see the xenomorph kind of like hear the noise and look, and you hear that screech, this awful just sound, and just takes off, and you just hear him yelling, and he's like, no, 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 no. So I'll leave it to you. If you take, I would say you probably take another stress point, seeing someone else getting killed.
So what was the weakness or potential weakness?
When you're looking, as you see this thing just go and just in one hand murder someone and chase after with speed, there is nothing that is that comes to your mind to it of what this thing is, the way it just tore through. Its strength has to be so strong to be able to just kill people with one hand and then sprint after it's nothing, and the way it heard the noise and reacted so quickly. Nothing is coming to mind for any weakness.
Okay.
It is the perfect organism.
Yeah. And so, let's see. Isaac, you see this thing run away. What do you do? Well, you see it go down the hall, chasing after, and there's nothing but blood and bodies in that kind of hallway that you can see from your little window.
Just close the viewfinder. Nothing to see.
Well, he's gonna look at Eli, and it's like, is this the only way out? Are there any other access points?
And he's
Just the
looking.
vents.
Yeah. He's like, no, this is everything. And the crazy guy, surprisingly, is still sitting there. He was just sitting there, but when he heard, I'm going to retcon a little bit because I forgot about the crazy guy in the room. When he hears that scream, he loses it again. And he's like, they're here! They're here! No! No! And like, he just starts panicking and freaking out. And he's like going crazy. And he just drops canatonically and just on the bed. And he is
It's
just out
over,
cold.
man.
Wait a second. When did this shuttle come in? The one you retrieved? The one you was on?
Oh, that was like, I think that was like months ago or something.
He seems to recognize it.
And he's like, and like Eli's like, I only saw like a bit of it because he was like in the back, and he kind of like heard the noise, and he kind of saw you in front of the door, and it's only a small hole, so he can't really see too much, and he saw like a glint of it, and so he's like, I don't know. All I saw was like black, and then screaming and stuff. What? I don't. And no, this is the only way in or out. Like he looks up and he's like, there's nothing else in here. And like the vent is like a tiny, like normal vent. It's just like an airflow vent. It's not something that you're gonna be crawling through.
I don't know about you, but whenever you brought the shuttle in, you must have brought that thing in some form, one way or another. Perhaps it has camouflage, a long gestation period, life cycles. At this point, the station is practically lost. I don't think security will be able to handle it. The one thing I do know is that I need to get back to my ship.
And he's like sitting there, he's like, he's like, that ship was checked as far as I know, so I don't know how a lifeboat would have had anything on it. And that was months ago, and we haven't had anything happen. So and he's like, I'm not going anywhere. I am locking down here. If you go out that door, you are not coming back in.
I'm not going to sit
It's just
here
staying
like
here with the screaming man.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to stay here like I'm some test tube baby. I need to get out of here.
And he's like, we can call security. We can have him come down. We can
And
have
what,
him come
get
down.
torn apart like that monster is? No.
You think you're going to fight it? Go back the way it just went?
Look, bullets can't do anything, but what I do know is all creatures have a weakness. And at the very least, fire covers most of them.
He's like, I can't shoot flames. Can you?
What we do have are plenty of medical reagents and a way to distribute them. And he's gonna clear a table, shove some chemicals to the side, and like, you must have some ingredients: stimulants, depressants, poison.
And he's like looking around. He goes, "We got rubbing alcohol and stuff. We could probably try and you could makeshift something with that."
Do we have an igniter, Bunsen burner, anything like that?
He looks around and he's like, "Yeah." And like you would see like torches and stuff, like little like medical, like think about like a cigar torch or something like that, where you're going to see like very precision type things,
Yeah,
or
and cutters.
electrical, yeah, electrical spark things. Like you'll have stuff like that.
Yeah, he's gonna spend like the rest of this like shift or something, like he's gonna start putting pieces together, and he remembers the flamethrower that he had on the ship
Mm-hmm.
back when that Flatlander thing snuck aboard, and he's gonna see if he can't like make a facsimile, like start like just get a bunch of gas, have a hose through it, and have a igniter, and see if he can't use that to like scare it off as he makes his way down. Because he knows like fire is a great way of for decontamination, and it's
Yeah,
sort of feeding to that part of his brain, the germophobic side, where like things like these can only be like like burned away or cut down. That's how you deal with most like infestations of any kind. So that's his way of thinking.
yeah. And in the interim, Eli's going to be calling the marshals and like panic, like some creatures down here. Something's down here. It killed Jace. It killed Red. I think it got Tommy. I you need to send someone down here. There's something down here. And like now at this point, they have like two confirmed like things, like something's on board. We have something from a nightmare. We have this black creature thing being reported. So we're gonna go back down to the small group real quick. And you guys are gonna like open that door, and when you open the door, you will see like a shoe from Tade like on the ground, like in the middle, kind of like closer to, I'd say it's like right around here. So he would have started over here, and CD got grabbed, and his shoe would have been like right about here. And the security guy would have came up and was like, Is that a shoe?"
No, it's a hat.
No, no. Is it his shoe? Like, is it Tate's? Like, do you remember what he was wearing? Was that shoe in here?
There's no other explanation.
He's like, "All right, let's," and he kind of takes you down, uh, kind of following that same direction. Kind of makes his way over here, um, and that is where we are going to end tonight's stream. As you guys are creeping to figure out where Tade went, and Isaac is trying to figure out whether or not he's going to stay down here at medical, or sounds like he's going to rig some things up and make his way out of there. We have two sightings of something from a nightmare and some black creature. Badly plays Black Sabbath on a recorder. So that is where we are going to end. So we are going to go and do experience. So if you have your book up, I believe it is page 13. Yep, page 30. So we're going to give out experience. So everyone gets one for playing. Did you risk or sacrifice something to further your personal agenda? I would say, like, Stanley, would you going on this search to try and further your personal company agenda be? You're looking.
Yeah, because again, like I went on this specifically to try and
Right.
Get something out of it. So
Okay. Did you risk your life for your buddy PC?
I have no buddies.
Did you challenge or stand up to your rival? I'm not sure if anything.
Nah.
Did you make a panic roll? I think we have 2 people for that.
Yep.
Did you overcome a dangerous event using violent or non-violent means? I would say yes to Isaac and Tilly, because that was a dangerous event and you overcame it. Even though nothing really happened, I would say you got through that. I would leave it up to you, Stanley.
Locking the doors is non-violent. There you go.
Did you make a significant discovery or revelation? Everyone gets a point there. Perform an extraordinary action of some kind. I'm going to defer. I leave that one up to you. If reacting in like zip tying or reacting and locking the door, if starting to make some sort of weapon, I'll leave that completely up to you guys. Did you earn any money? No. Not this round.
Billy got employed though.
Yeah. Oh, you did get employed. So you know what? I am going to give you a point for that. Well played. I will give you a point for that one.
Tilly now has the potential to earn money, and that's just as good.
Yep.
All right. So let's. Whoops. All right. So I think that is everything. Is there anything that anyone wants to add before we close up here for tonight?
No, I'm good.
All right. So for sign off, it's going to say, it's just going to be a little text box, like when mother's like typing a message and it's like dee and it's just going to be HVT found station Ackbar, and it goes HVT 2 found station Ackbar, response requested. And it's like beep beep beep, and that's where it cuts off. So with that, thank you all for coming out. I hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. Things are starting to get a little hairy for our players right now. Things escalated pretty quickly, and there's a lot of question marks in the air right now. So we'll see what happens next week. Remember, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We look forward to seeing you all again and seeing what the crew decides to do next. Do they keep exploring? Do they go after things? What is the next thing that they plan to do? So, as always, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus and have a great evening. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care.
No.
Danger. The emergency disrupt system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10 minutes. The option to override automatic detonation expires in T-minus 5 minutes.